I was probably thinking that there are enough caveats and issues around United that it's unfair to kind of judge Ten Hag, especially how the first season had gone where they won a trophy, they had a good 3-month spell. Whereas right now, if Ineos do change manager in the summer, as we expect, it'd be very hard to criticise that decision.
Look, in terms of players on the pitch, I mean, not subjectivity, I don't think, because Jamie Redknapp was talking after the game and he felt that, he felt some of the players just aren't pulling the weight. He also felt that Bruno Fernandes was kind of the only positivity. But he mentioned Casemiro and he said that he felt he was his words, playing in soccer aid, sort of waiting for the celebrity to come on and do the business, sort of that sort of attitude to the game. Do you feel that there's players there just not pulling their weight?
Well, it's a good line because I suppose you can interpret it a few different ways.
You can.
Soccer aid will be delighted as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I suppose, look, Casemiro, we're talking about one of the best midfielders of the last decade, but that's what it is, the last decade. And as brilliant as he'd been last season, let's not forget when United signed him, they wanted Frankie de Jong. He's a different profile of midfielder to de Jong. And there was almost this sense that, it was an element. Although it worked out last year, it was kind of a bit of a panicked signing that had become typical United at the time. And it's why one of the biggest things that, beyond the manager, one of the biggest areas of focus for Ineos, now that they finally get control of football, is recruitment. And how United get into these situations where they pay so much for a player who potentially has only a year or two at his best. Because people were aware of injury issues at Madrid. Even in his last season with Madrid, Ancelotti had actually adapted how they play because he realised that Casemiro couldn't cover the ground he used, so that was a factor in that, as well as a few others, to be fair. But it was, Madrid knew about this.
And it's quite striking that Madrid are clear at the top of La Liga in Spain. Had he still been there, he wouldn't be anywhere near the side.
No, well, exactly, because they've completely changed model as well, in response to a few different kind of elements in the market these days. But they've pivoted to a much younger squad. And I suppose for Madrid, it's a little bit like Saudi Arabia, or the Saudi Pro League, say, with Chelsea, taking some of their players that didn't want off them. There's been a bit of that with like Madrid and Manchester United. But we want to go towards the younger squad here to take some of the players that used to do a job for us.
Manchester United still willing to keep Mason Greenwood despite Premier League interest. Several Premier League clubs have reportedly expressed an interest in signing on loan Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood. The 22-year-old season-long loan at Getafe comes to an end next month, and it seems that his future is still as unclear as it was a year ago when he was sent to the La Liga outfit. He was excluded from Manchester United's lineup following his arrest on suspicion of rape, assault, and coercive and controlling behavior. However, those charges were later dropped, but he was still subsequently loaned to Getafe during the summer, where he has excelled, scoring 6 goals and providing 5 assists in 25 games in La Liga, leading to the club trying to extend his stay in Madrid. United are yet to make a final decision on Greenwood's future, and since the arrival of Sir Jim Ratcliffe at Old Trafford, the new part owner of the Red Devils has not ruled out the possibility of the 22-year-old returning to Manchester. The club opted against bringing the player back into the squad last summer after his charges were dropped due to concerns about potential reputational damage and backlash from the club's women's team. According to the Daily Mail, United will have no shortage of offers for their academy graduate come the end of the 2023-24 season, and suggest that the Red Devils have already received expressions of interest from clubs across Europe, as well as inquiries from several teams in the Premier League. Lazio had made an attempt to secure the services of the England international on loan last year, and could consider revisiting the situation at the end of the current campaign. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Juventus had also reportedly shown interest in Greenwood. However, Manchester United is believed to be demanding approximately $40 million for his sale, a fee that the likes of Barca and Juve cannot commit to due to their financial constraints. All the while, the possibility remains that Greenwood could be loaned out again at the end of this season. Greenwood's current contract at Old Trafford runs until the summer of 2025, and Manchester United have the option to extend his term by a further year. The England international made 129 appearances for the Red Devils and scored 35 goals with 12 assists between 2018 and 2023. Manchester United should sign informed striker Sergio Guirassy, available for $20 million. Manchester United should grab the opportunity to sign Stuttgart striker Sergio Guirassy, who is available for just $20 million during the summer transfer window. The Red Devils currently have Rasmus Højlund as their main striker, but the club are expected to pursue a new centre forward, with Anthony Martial anticipated to leave. Martial has spent most of the season on the sidelines with injuries. He is currently out of action after a groin surgery and could depart when his contract expires in June. According to Bild, United knocked on the door of Guirassy at the start of the year, and in our opinion, the club should revive their interest when the transfer window reopens. The Red Devils were interested in signing the Guinea international in January. As per Fabrizio Romano, a deal was very close, but United could not afford his low release clause amid financial fair play issues. Guirassy ended up staying with Stuttgart, where he has been in scintillating form. The 27-year-old has scored 27 goals from just 25 appearances for the Bundesliga side this campaign. This has included 7 goals from his last 6 games for Sebastian Hoeneß's side, who look on course to return to the Champions League. They only narrowly avoided relegation last term. Aside from the Red Devils, West Ham United have also been linked with the striker, but Erik ten Hag's side should have the upper hand, with Guirassy reportedly flattered by the interest. The former Rennes man has won over 5 duels per league game, creating 10 big chances too. He is an all-round striker and would be an upgrade on Martial for United next season. Manchester United wonderkid Shay Lacy signs first professional contract. Manchester United youngster Shay Lacy has committed his future to the club, signing his first professional contract with the Red Devils. The 17-year-old has impressed at the under-18 level and recently trained with the first team under manager Erik ten Hag. The Scouse Lionel Messi, as he is fondly called, has been garnering the attention of football fans with his mesmerizing skills and performances. Several clips of his skills have gone viral, attracting thousands of views. Plenty of United fans cannot wait to see him debut with the first team, seeing how he has performed with the youth teams. With teenagers Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho already making major impacts this season, the pathway to the first team appears clear under Ten Hag, and Lacey could be the next starlet to make that step up. Lacey is a versatile attacker but primarily operates on the right wing, drawing comparisons to Messi and Manchester City's Phil Foden in his early days. His ability to play across the front line adds another dimension to his skill set. He can pick out teammates from anywhere across the pitch, his vision is excellent, and he has the skills to beat his man to create openings. Vinicius Souza names Manchester United star as best defensive midfielder in the world. It has been a terrible season by Casemiro's usual standards, although his reputation in world football still clearly precedes him. Casemiro is one of the many players that need to be moved on at the end of the season. It doesn't help that we are already light in terms of defensive midfielders, but the Brazilian's performances this season have seen him go from being a key player to a liability. Still, we can't forget the form Casemiro showed last season and his consistency down the years as a Madrista. It's just time to accept that we need change. Casemiro won 5 Champions League titles during his time at Real Madrid. And we must ask ourselves if the La Liga giants would really cash in on such a player if he wasn't past his best. Sheffield United midfielder Vinicius Souza still believes Casemiro is the pinnacle when it comes to number 6s, even if the 32-year-old has performed abysmally this season.